A steel fixer plays a critical role in the construction industry, specifically in the creation of strong and stable concrete structures. Often referred to as a reinforcing ironworker or rebar worker, a steel fixer is responsible for positioning and securing the steel bars or mesh that reinforce concrete on various construction sites, from small-scale residential projects to massive infrastructure developments. This video offers a comprehensive job description of a steel fixer, highlighting their daily responsibilities, necessary skills, working environment, and career growth potential in the construction sector. Overview of the role. Steel fixers contribute to the structural integrity of buildings, bridges, tunnels, and other concrete forms by installing the reinforcement framework that supports the concrete as it sets and hardens. This work forms the foundation for much of modern construction and is essential for ensuring safety and durability. The process begins long before the concrete is poured. Steel fixers read and interpret technical drawings, measure and cut steel bars to size, assemble frameworks, and tie the bars together using wire or mechanical couplers. Their work ensures that once the concrete is poured, it will be structurally sound and able to withstand pressure, weight, and environmental stresses. Though the job is physically demanding and often conducted in outdoor environments, it is also highly skilled work that requires precision, planning, and a solid understanding of engineering drawings and safety procedures. Roles and responsibilities of a steel fixer. The core responsibility of a steel fixer is to set up and install steel reinforcement for concrete construction. This involves several stages of work, all of which require attention to detail and physical strength. The process usually begins with reading and interpreting construction blueprints or structural drawings provided by engineers or architects. Steel fixers must understand these diagrams thoroughly to identify where reinforcement is needed, what type of steel is required, and how it should be assembled. Once the specifications are clear, the next task is to measure, cut, and bend rebar or steel mesh to fit the required shapes and dimensions. This can be done using tools such as bolt cutters, benders, or electric saws. Depending on the complexity of the project, steel fixers might also need to prefabricate certain elements off-site before installing them on location. The tying and securing of steel bars is one of the most distinctive parts of the steel fixer's role. Using binding wire, steel fixers connect bars together to form a rigid framework. This framework must be accurately positioned and fixed in place to ensure it does not move when concrete is poured over it. Throughout this process, the steel fixer must comply with strict health and safety regulations, particularly when working at heights or on scaffolding. They also need to ensure that all work meets quality standards and inspection requirements. Collaboration with site supervisors, concrete workers, and engineers is often necessary to coordinate the sequencing of work and resolve any discrepancies in plans or measurements. In some cases, steel fixers may also assist with placing reinforcement cages into formwork, ensuring proper cover for the steel, and preparing for concrete pours. Their work doesn't end until the reinforcement has been securely installed and verified for correctness. Skills and qualities required for a steel fixer. The job description of a steel fixer demands a unique combination of physical capability, technical understanding, and precision. One of the most essential traits is manual dexterity and strength. The job involves constant lifting, bending, tying, and carrying heavy materials in often challenging site conditions. Equally important is attention to detail, especially when working from complex drawings. A single misplaced bar can compromise the entire structure, making accuracy critical. Steel fixers must measure lengths and angles precisely and ensure all reinforcement is correctly aligned and spaced. Problem-solving skills are also important, particularly on dynamic construction sites where plans may change or where unforeseen obstacles arise. The ability to adapt and make on-the-spot decisions can prevent delays and reduce errors. A strong sense of safety awareness is crucial. Steel fixers often work at heights, use heavy tools, and work around machinery, so understanding and following safety procedures helps prevent injuries. Communication and teamwork are valuable qualities, too. A steel fixer must coordinate with other trades, follow instructions from site managers, and sometimes supervise apprentices or less experienced workers. While formal education is not always required, basic math skills and the ability to read technical drawings are essential. Familiarity with industry-specific tools and equipment is often learned on the job, but additional training or certification can be beneficial, especially for large-scale projects or unionized roles. Education and training. Many steel fixers enter the field through an apprenticeship program or vocational training. These programs typically combine classroom instruction with hands-on experience, covering areas such as blueprint reading, reinforcement techniques, construction safety, and use of tools and machinery. While a high school diploma is often enough for entry, gaining certification in construction safety or completing a construction-related training course can improve job prospects. In some regions or countries, steel fixers must also be licensed or pass competency tests. Ongoing training may also be necessary to keep up with new construction technologies, materials, or safety regulations. Many companies value workers who are willing to upskill or train for supervisory roles. Work environment and schedule. Steel fixers typically work on construction sites, both indoors and outdoors, in all types of weather. The job can be physically demanding and involves working on scaffolding, crouching, climbing ladders, and sometimes operating in tight or elevated spaces. Work schedules are usually full-time and may include early mornings, weekends, or overtime during critical project phases. On large infrastructure projects, steel fixers might travel or relocate temporarily to follow construction demands. Protective clothing such as hard hats, gloves, steel toe boots, and eye protection is standard, and workers are expected to follow all safety protocols. Career growth opportunities. With experience, a steel fixer can move into supervisory roles such as foreman, site supervisor, or steel fixing coordinator. Further down the career path, opportunities exist in construction management, inspection, or even engineering support roles, particularly for those who pursue further education. Some steel fixers also choose to become independent contractors or start their own steel fixing businesses, taking on projects or subcontracting their services. Conclusion. The job description of a steel fixer outlines a role that is both physically demanding and essential to structural integrity in modern construction. Though much of the work happens before a building even begins to take shape, the strength and safety of any concrete structure heavily rely on the precision and expertise of steel fixers. For individuals who enjoy working with their hands, are detail-oriented, and thrive in dynamic environments, becoming a steel fixer offers a fulfilling and stable career in the heart of the construction industry.